Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to replace the gearbox oil on any manual car out there. Today I'm working on this VW PASSAT B6, so I decided to make you guys a video and show you how to replace the oil on these cars. The method which I'm going to use today is working for almost any car out there. This is the oil which I'm going to put back in the gearbox on this car, 75W, and I choose to go with the manufacturer Ravenol because it's the best oil out there in my opinion. So first what you'll have to do is to go under the car, doesn't matter which car and what brand you have, and remove the undershield from the engine if you have one. So I already removed it from this car. And after that, the next thing which you'll have to follow and which you'll have to do is to find out where is your gearbox. So in my case, this is the gearbox on this car. It's located right here in the left side of the vehicle because this is a manual transmission. It's located right here and it's only front wheel drive. So as you can see, at the bottom of the gearbox you'll have one drain plug. Probably on your car it will look a little bit different, but this is the first one, and we have right here the second one at the middle of the gearbox. So this is the drain plug on which you'll have to put the new oil into the gearbox. So in most of the gearboxes, in most of the cars, you'll have two drain plugs. One is located in the middle of the gearbox or above the gearbox, and the other one is located right at the bottom because the one which is located in the bottom is the drain plug which you'll have to remove in order for you to drain all the oil from the gearbox. So in today's episode I'm going to show you how to use a tool like this. This is a special tool which will help me to put the new gearbox oil into the gearbox. This is working for almost any car out there. It doesn't matter if it's automatic or if it's manual. So I recommend you guys to buy a tool like this. This one was a little bit expensive. This was about $250 or euros, doesn't matter on what currency you are. So after that, in order for you to use this tool, you'll have to use some comprimed air to push the oil back into the gearbox. So you'll also have to use a special hose which comes into the kit. Depends on what car you have, you'll have to figure out which size of the hose you'll use. So in my case I'm going to use this size because it's fitting properly and it will fit in the hole where you'll have to put the new oil into the gearbox. After that, you'll have to figure out how much oil your gearbox needs. So on this VW PASSAT B6, this manual transmission, it will need about 2.5 liters of oil. So like I said, on this car you will need 2.5 liters of oil, but in most of the cases it will not go perfectly the amount of 2.5 liters. In most of the cases it will be around 2.4 or 2.3 liters of oil. You will see at the end of the video when the gearbox is full how much oil you used on your specific car or on this car if you're doing this on this car. So also this is the size of the tool which I'm going to use for the drain plugs. This is an S2 by 10. It's a hexagon, it's a bolt like an hexagon, something like this, and you'll have to put it on a 10mm socket which will help you to remove the bolts from the gearboxes. So you'll have to put it like this and you'll have to go ahead and remove the drain plug from the gearboxes. So what I recommend to do is to remove the top bolt of the gearbox first, because you will want to see if the bolt from the top is coming out, because if it's not coming out, if it's stuck, you will remove the bolt from under the gearboxes and you will remove all the oil from the gearbox, but you won't be able to put the new oil back into the gearbox because the drain plug from the top is stuck. So this is what I recommend you guys to do. Always remove the bolt from the top where you will normally fill up the gearbox, and after that you have to remove the bolt from the bottom. So as you can see, I already removed the bolt from the bottom, and then now all the oil is draining out, it's coming out. This is normally a very easy job. It's like changing the oil from the engine. You have to remove the bolt from the bottom and you have to fill it up by the top, on the top of the gearbox, or doesn't matter how I want to call it. So as you can see, in this case the oil it's dripping. This is meaning that the oil it's almost completely out from the gearboxes. This is how much oil came out from this car, from these gearboxes. So like I said, it's about 2.5 liters of oil or a little bit less. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put back the drain plug from the bottom of the gearboxes. I'm going to tighten it until I feel a little resistance. Don't over tighten them because you don't want to break any threads. So as you can see, now the bolt is still loose. And now I'm going to use the special tool for this type of bolt, and I'm going to tighten it until I feel a little bit of resistance, and that's it. I'm not going to over tighten it because I don't want to have any problem with the gearbox in the future. Okay, so the bolt from the bottom, it's completely tied up, is ready to go, and now we are going to put the oil into this tool and we are going to fill the gearbox back up. So like I told you at the beginning of this video, I have right here 3 liters of gearbox oil made by Ravenol 75W. This is the gearbox oil which you have to use for this car and probably also for other cars out there. So I will show you later in the video how to check if the gearbox has enough oil or not. But until then, you'll have to stay with me. If you don't have a tool like this, there is another method which you can follow to fill up the gearbox with brand new oil. So you'll have to take a hose with 1.5 meters of length, and you'll have to take it just a little bit smaller than the hole from the gearbox. So you'll have to put one end of the hose into the gearbox, and the other end of the hose you'll have to put it to go through the engine and the cam at the top of the engine. And from there you'll have to take your oil and put it inside the hose, and using the gravity it will help you to put the oil back into the gearbox. So as all can see, I filled up my tool with 3 liters of gearbox oil, and this is how it's looking. And also this is the hose which I'm going to use and which will help me to put the new gearbox oil into the gearbox. So like I told you earlier, if you guys don't have a tool like this, you'll have to take, for example, this is a hose, you'll have to take this hose and one end you'll have to put it inside the hole, inside the filling hole from the gearbox. So for example like this, and the other end of the hose you'll have to put it to go through the engine. So for example, I'm going to put it from that little space, I'm going to put it to come out of the top of the engine, and from there I'm going to put the new oil inside the hose, and it will fill up the gearbox very well. So you don't have to worry if you don't have a tool like this. Okay, so now is the time for us to put the new oil into the gearbox. So I'm going to use this tool. It will be a little bit easier for me, but it can be done even if you don't have these tools. Okay everybody, I hope you all can see it very clearly. So the tool which I have, it's right here at the bottom. I'm not going to film it because the camera is not able to catch even the tool and the gearbox. So from here I'm going to speed up the process a little bit because it took me a lot of while to fill up this gearbox, because I didn't want to create a lot of pressure and overfill the gearbox because it will splash with the new oil on the ground. So I'm going to take it slowly, but I will show you guys where the gearbox is full. Okay everybody, just to watch closely the filling hole from the gearbox, you will see that it's starting to drip new oil back onto the ground. So on any car, if you see that the oil is coming out from the hole which you are using to fill up the gearbox, this is meaning that the gearbox is full with oil. This is meaning that the normal level of the oil has been reached, and you can go ahead and remove the hose, and that's it. You'll have to put back the bolt, you'll have to put back the filling bolt, and you have to tighten it, and that's it. This is how you fill a gearbox with manual transmission with brand new oil. So this is a method which most of the manual transmission out there is using. So you'll have to remove the bolt from the bottom of the transmission of the gearbox to remove the old oil, and using the hole from the middle or from the top of the gearbox, you'll have to put the new oil back. And when you will see that the new oil is coming out from the filling hole, this is meaning that the gearbox has been enriched with a brand new oil. This is meaning that it's at fully level, and you'll have to put back the bolt, and that's it. This is the only thing which you'll have to do to fill up with brand new oil any manual transmission. Okay, so right here I'm going to tighten the bolt back up, and I'm going to measure how much oil it took me to fill out this gearbox. Now I'm going to disconnect the complimented air along with the filling hose from this tool, and I'm going to put the oil which I still have left in this tool in a bottle and see exactly how much oil we used to fill up this gearbox. So, like you saw me earlier, I put 3 liters of brand new oil inside this tool, and let's see how many liters or milliliters we still have in this tool, which I didn't use because there was no need. So like I told you at the beginning of this video, normally on this car you have to use 2.5 liters of oil, 2.4, 2.3. It will not be perfectly, but you'll see that it's somewhere around like this number. And let's see right now how much oil we used to fill up this gearbox. So I have right here the original bottle. It's a 1 liter of size, and I'm going to put back the oil into the bottle and see exactly how much oil I still have left from 3 liters which I put in this tool. I hope you guys can see it very clearly. So I have right here in this bottle, I have around 800 milliliters of oil. This is how much oil I still have left. So this is meaning that I used 2.2 liters of oil to fill back this gearbox on this car. So this is the correct size for me in this car. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video and found it informative, please leave a like and a comment down below. See you next time.